Hey guys, let me know if the chat box is working. I don't see it on my side. Before YOLO Brothers, left twice. Hail Stream Raiders. Where the fuck are the other assholes at? Everyone. Can you guys hear the mic okay? Or is it too loud, too quiet? Let us know. What's up, Elt? Where's all my other stuff I was going to turn on? Hey, what's up, guys? Is the microphone okay? Alright, cool. You can hear us good. This is my cousin. Do you want them to know your name or no? So that's my cousin Terry. She's here to stream with me. After I premiere the documentary and shit, we'll talk about some ghosts and stuff. Volume's fine. Cool. Where the hell are my other things? Hold on, I'm still figuring out where everything is on here. Oh, there it is.
I'm just looking on Clueless as fuck.
Is the chat box showing on the screen? I don't see it on mine.
With an I, not a Y.
Yeah, with an I, bitch. What's up, Jamie? So this is the second time the fucking chat box doesn't work. I was gonna have it on the screen for you guys, but I don't know why it's not working. I don't know if I can, like, fuck with it during the stream or not. Showing that it's working. They're talking to you.
Hi. I'm blind. I didn't see it.
Alright, we got 7 people going in here. Should we get this party started? Alright, Terry helped me put this movie together, or documentary. She helped me film it and all that stuff. It's about 25 minutes long, and you might want to be in a dark room to watch it, because certain parts it's gonna be hard to see what I'm talking about. So enjoy the show, and after the movie's over, I'll turn the mic back on and the webcam and all that shit, and we can discuss it, and we can look at the pictures and stuff again, stuff like that. No, it's not a mockumentary, it's an actual documentary, Jamie. Anyways, so here we go. Let's turn this off. Turn this off. Let me know in the chat if the audio is okay once the movie starts playing. If it's too quiet, let me know and I'll turn it up. Which one is it? Alright, here we go.
This video is going to be about a haunted road in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. My family has lived within a mile of this section of haunted road for generations. Actually, the entire area has a pretty deep haunted history, but we'll save more of that for another video. Tonight's story is about Fitzsimmons Road. Much of my family has lived in the Fitzsimmons Road area for generations, and still do to this day. After hearing stories from family and friends, researching, and doing a little exploration of the area myself, here's what I've gathered. On August 13th, 1840, the southern part of the town of Lake split off and formed the town of Oak Creek. The population back then was only 418 for the entire town of Lake, including the portion that split off. As of 2010, the population of Oak Creek was 34,451, so it's grown quite a bit since the town was formed. Caraville, a once bustling neighborhood near this haunted road, has a pretty grim history itself. All across Fifth Avenue stretches acre after acre of abandoned factories known as a brownfield, ranging from the Peter Cooper glue factory, the Hynite fertilizer factory, the DuPont chemical factory, along with many others. This once thriving neighborhood has seen and smelled it all. The factories shut down and the residents were left with dilapidated buildings and contaminated lands, water, and air. Instead of tearing the buildings down, the city hid them behind fencing and foliage. They have slowly started to tear the buildings down, Peter Cooper being one of them. But with the land being contaminated, I'm not sure what the city plans to do with it. I'll get more into the haunted history of the glue factory another time. The problems in the entire complex have included what was known as the arsenic landfill, most of which was removed by the EPA, though some arsenic remains. Toxic coal tar was oozing out of the ground. Various cancer-causing chemicals and unknown chemical compounds with uncertain health effects. At one point, a monitoring well installed by the DNR completely dissolved. This red icicle was discovered on the bluffs over Lake Michigan in 1985, a legacy of the old DuPont dye factory. The area of Fitzsimmons Road that we will be focusing on is the stretch of road that runs east from 15th Avenue just past Highway 32. This stretch of road used to run all the way to the edge of Lake Michigan. As you can see, the road now stops just before the railroad tracks. It has been barricaded off like this for decades. If you look at this photo here, you can see where the road used to go. You can park your car and walk all the way to the edge. You just can't drive down it anymore. The city had it barricaded off after many deaths occurred from street racers and suicides. I personally know many people who grew up in this area back in the 60s and 70s, some of which had friends who died during these street racing accidents and also suicides. Basically, a bunch of teenagers would gather to watch two cars play a game of chicken. First one to slam on the brakes was the loser. Sadly, many kids lost their lives playing this game. A few years ago, while doing some research about the haunting of Fitzsimmons Road, I came across an article about the construction in the area. I was not able to find the article for the making of this video, but what I read in the article was that a construction crew started finding Indian remains while working on a new hotel project. The hotel project was halted. There's an urban legend that says the area surrounding Fitzsimmons Road has been haunted by demons, maybe even the devil himself. There is an old dirt road that leads off of Fitzsimmons Road as you walk east towards the lake. This dirt road is called Farmer's Road. Legend has it that a farmer in the 1800s went mad and murdered his entire family with an axe. There is also an urban legend that says if the train comes when you're on the east side of the tracks, you're transported into an alternate reality and stuck forever. Now that you've we've got a little bit of the history of this haunted road, I want to show you some pictures. I got these on 2 separate occasions. These pictures were taken around 2006. I have not edited one thing in any of these photos. I know some of you aren't going to believe me, but I'll say it again. Nothing in these photos has been changed or edited in any way. I'm going to go through these pictures and talk about what happened. I do have a few questions about some of the photos, so if anyone is photography savvy and can help answer these questions, please leave your answer in the comments section below or send me a DM in the Discord. You can find the link to my Discord in the video description. I'll start with this photo to show you guys what it looks like from the edge of the old section of road. This is looking to the northeast over Bender Park. I just want to say right away, myself and everyone who was with me when these photos were taken still have no idea why the pictures turned out looking so dark. It was not this dark when we were taking the photos. When we got back to my apartment to look at the photos, we were all very confused as to why they look so dark. This is overlooking Bender Park, and as you can see, we caught an orb in this picture as well. Is it dust, or could it be one of the lost souls of Fitzsimmons Road?
You remember climbing up that hill from the bottom?
Yeah, thank God it wasn't fucking wet that day. We've gone up that hill when it was wet. That sucks.
This next picture is looking directly east from the edge of the road. If you look to the bottom left, you can see an orb there. Some of these photos, you're going to see a tiny lime green dot towards the center of the pictures. You can ignore that. It was just something that showed up in every picture that the camera took. Now if you look up here by the edge of the water, there's another orb. Right above that, it seems to be 2 headlights shining out from the ice-cold waters of Lake Michigan. It could just be 2 more orbs, but looking at the spacing of them, it looks like it could be headlights from the car of a trapped soul.
That's the one with that looks like you got the headlights in the water. Straight at the bottom of where that road used to be. So you don't usually buy into all the orbs, but in this place, with how many of them you get, they don't act like bugs. And obviously it's outside, so I highly doubt this is dust. And it's an asphalt road on top of that, so it's not like we're kicking up a lot of dust.
This next picture is when we started walking west on the old stretch of Fitzsimmons Road. We started at the east side of the road because we parked down at Bender Park and climbed up the bluffs. A couple of orbs in this picture, and the photo itself just looks weird. But wait, it gets weirder. As you can see in this photo, the background starts to look even more weird, almost like he was placed into this picture. Check out the orbs in this one. The one on his elbow is really clear. If we zoom in, it just looks crazy. I wonder what it could be. Is it a speck of dust? Is it a bug? Is it a spirit? You be the judge. This photo looks weird as hell. Another one that looks like they were just placed into the photo. Now in this photo, as we were walking, he suddenly stopped and said he felt really strange. So I snapped his picture. Lots of orbs captured again, in the background looking even more strange.
I know when we were walking through there, Brad kept being like, dude, I don't feel right, take my picture, and like we'd always capture tons of orbs around him.
Same thing in this photo here. He suddenly stops and says he feels really strange, so I snapped his picture. This one came out looking very spooky. Tons of orbs, and he looks like a deer in the headlights, almost like a car is coming right towards him. Speaking of cars coming right towards him, check this one out. This one turned out so crazy. Just look at this photo. It looks almost fake. This is one of those photos that I have a question about. What would cause a camera to take a photo like this? I've never had a camera do this before. If anyone has an explanation, I'd really appreciate it.
That's the one where it really looked weird. Where it was like he was in the car's headlights.
Well, I mean, you got the whole background. It just looks like you put it through Photoshop. Even I know you didn't.
Yeah, this came straight off your camera.
Yeah. But, I mean, the background looks like you're standing in front of a backdrop at Sears or something.
Here's one of just a random barricade that's on the side of the road. Caught an orb in this one. This one is just crazy. If anyone can explain this one to me, please do. After seeing this photo, we took it to our high school photography teacher, and before we showed him, we asked if he ever heard of Fitzsimmons Road, and he said, yeah, I actually grew up in that area. So I said, oh, cool, I don't have to explain the whole story. So anyways, we took this photo, and it turned out like this, and I'm not sure why my camera made the photos look like this. Is there something wrong with the camera? At that point, he got incredibly uncomfortable and just started shuffling things on his desk and said he had to get going. It was very strange. So if anyone has an explanation, please comment below or DM me on Discord. Discord links in the video description. So let's take a look at this photo. Remember, ignore the green dot. First, obviously we can see there's orbs all over the place. Our skin looks like we're the Walking Dead. It looks like there's headlights in my glasses. Now if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that the sky is coming down over his face, and his face looks shifted. It's really weird. Now the really strange thing that some of you may have already noticed without me pointing it out are the faces in the trees. On the left side of the photo, it looks almost like a line of faces looking down from the trees. The face closest to the right is the clearest one that I see. Let's zoom in a little bit. Can you see them? What do you think? Is it just our brains tricking us into seeing familiar objects? Or could it be something else? Something not of this reality?
And the three faces.
Yeah, that one. That whole picture is just fucking weird. Like, the sky,
Fitzsimmons is the only place where I've ever seen cameras do this, where the sky will bleed into somebody's face or over top of something where it shouldn't bleed. I mean, I've never had cameras act that way. But this face, that one face all the way on the right, I mean, you can see the eyes, you can see the nose and the mouth and the forehead. With that picture, your eyes, it looks like you're looking straight in the headlights.
These next two photos are going to be difficult to see what I'm talking about unless you're in a dark room, so just a heads up, if you can, watch this part in a dark room. Probably best on a computer screen as well, might be hard to see on a cell phone. These photos were taken facing north, right outside of Farmers Road. If you look closely behind him, there's a dirt mound. Notice there's nothing on the dirt mound in the first photo. But when we look at the second photo, which was taken seconds after the first, and all I did was shift my stance from one leg to the other, it looks like there's something sitting on top of the dirt mound. It's very creepy. Here you can see us coming up on the train tracks, walking west on the old Fitzsimmons Road. We caught a couple of orbs again in this one. Here's a picture of when we arrived at the train tracks. Lots of orbs in this one. Now, these last few photos are from a different day that we explored the old Fitzsimmons Road. This time, a friend of mine brought along a psychic medium. We'll start with this one, where we just caught an orb. As we were walking through the Farmers Road area, one by one we all started feeling sick. I snapped this very strange photo. Did I capture his aura? What is going on here?
With the aura around me, I just remember feeling like I wanted to throw up. Like, That's all I wanted to do was throw up. I had no energy. And it came out of nowhere.
This photo is just us walking around the Farmers Road area. This is another picture looking down Farmers Road. This is the dirt mound you walk over at the start of Farmers Road. It looks incredibly strange, like a portal or something. The last photo I have has something very strange in it. The psychic medium I mentioned is the woman in the purple shirt. Notice anything around her? It almost looks like smoke rising up from her arm, but no one was smoking at the time. Could it be a spirit attaching itself to her? What do you think we captured here? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.
Evil looking face behind her. Like, I don't know if that's the same face that was on the side of the road. Like, you remember the face on the side of the road? It was in a neutral facial expression. Yeah, this thing was just like... It looked like a photobombed her. It's just kind of ironic, because when we took that picture, that was just kind of that gut feeling that, hey, we should have a picture here real quick. It had to have been about 65, 70, but there were parts where it felt like winter was coming.
I have a quick story to tell about this day while I share a few photos. While we were walking around Farmers Road, my friend decided to pick some flowers and take them with her. We told her not to, but they were really beautiful. She just had to have them. After the exploration, she left in a different car than I did. About 30 minutes later, she calls me and says that she was having a bad feeling about the flowers, so she threw them out the window. Apparently, about 5 or 6 seconds later, she heard a crash and saw that a crash happened right where she had just threw her flowers out the window.
Side note, on that time when me and everybody got in trouble out there that one night, that was that same area of woods where we heard those females laughing in the middle of the night when we all had that run-in with the cops for being out there. The park closed. All the females that were with us stayed by the car and didn't run. So we thought they had ran ahead of us and didn't realize they were back at the car with the cops. But we heard females out there laughing at us. The weirdest thing about that night was thunderstorm rolled in. There was no thunder, just lightning, no rain, just lightning.
That's
the
weird.
whole night. I mean, that whole area is weird. With Fitzsimmons area over there, they like erased that whole history of that area. Like, you go to public library, look up open records or whatever, government records of that area, you can't find anything. You can't even find anything about the properties that used to be out there. I mean, those roads that go off to nowhere in the middle of the woods, they're now walking trails or whatever, but there's, Farmers Road, which is where that thing was on that hill. You can't find anything about the properties that used to be out there. And you also got the story of the ghost house that's out there, where some people have said they've gone out there down Farmers Road, they see that house that pops up, and some of them say they walk right up to it, and then they go back the next day and they can't find it, or they just say that it, they'll walk forever and they never get any closer to it. It just keeps moving further into the background. I'd like to get a spirit box out there and see what comes out of it. I mean, the only reason why that one picture with the headlight, where it looks like the headlight's in the water, there's any credence to it is because I've heard the stories about people playing chicken out there. So yeah, maybe those are headlights in the water. I mean, devil's advocate, yeah, it could be a reflection from something. I mean, if you go down that hill, there's chunks of asphalt and concrete mixed into the dirt. I mean, it's all collapsed. The biggest question about that area is, and it's the hardest thing to find, is the properties that were out there. When did they decide to raise the houses that were there? When did they decide to basically get rid of those properties? I mean, you don't find too many abandoned roads in the middle of a city area where everything's been reclaimed by woods. And for that many trees to have grown out there, it had to have been a while since there was a house. Trees don't grow that fast. I mean, they grow fast, but they don't grow not like those trees are out there. I mean, I'm not even talking like the foundation, but when you have a property, even if you're in the middle of the woods, there's going to be a certain amount of space around the house where you're not going to have any trees, you're not going to have any vegetation other than like grass or some shrubs. Most of it's grown in. The only areas that aren't grown in is where they put those footpaths in now. And even on that had smaller trees, I guess. I mean, not full grown, but not quite baby trees, decent sized trees. But even on that area was more open than right along those abandoned roads. And then also we go over, and it's a paved asphalt road going nowhere. That's not the only one. There's another one further. Like if you're looking towards the lake and you go down, there's another one that jets off. Doesn't go as far, probably about city block wise, about another 2-3 blocks down. So that's a massively long road heading from the train tracks to the start of the actual woods where Farmers Road is. I think it's a good 5-6 minute walk.
So, that's the story of Fitzsimmons Road. Remember, don't get caught on the other side of the tracks. You may never come back.
Stop. Stop. It's not coming back. I feel like we just don't walk in the middle of your...
Hey guys, hold on. Just getting everything set up again here. There we go. Okay. I gotta find the chat again. Hold on. Cool video. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it worked. Took me a couple weeks to put that shit all together. I probably worked on it for like 4 weeks. And my cousin here helped me film it and everything. It's Chinese. When is this gonna air on the Sci-Fi Channel? I wish, man. That'd be cool. I'm gonna upload it after sometime tonight. I'm gonna upload it, so it's gonna take a while to process and shit. But the documentary itself, I'm gonna upload to the channel. So if anybody wants to go back and watch it again or share it out with people, you know, go ahead. I'm sure you'll get the notification when it airs. So I'm gonna bring up some of the pictures. Yeah, hold up. We're gonna have to do the chat over here because otherwise I can't see it. 1 second, guys. Just getting shit situated here. Is this open? Reconnect, motherfucker. Can you guys hear the microphone okay? Very interesting indeed. Oh wow, there's more of the chat that I couldn't see. Just because I love chocolate? Yeah, what were you guys talking about cakes for? I was like, what the hell? Thanks, Kenzie. Your old nickname was X-File? Are you sure it wasn't Triple X-File? Shut it off. I'm sorry. Alright, where is my fucking folder? Is the chat working on here now?
That's fine.
Okay.
Should I scroll down? That's it. I think that was all.
So I'll, did you guys want to go through any of those pictures? Here they are. Oh, there we go. And where's my Streamlabs? Let's turn this off. There we go. Can't wait for episode 2. Bass slap and says you're cute. Let's see. I can't see. I'm fucking blind. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. That probably hurt all of your ears.
Do you want to switch spots? Would it
Triple
be
X
easier?
file, that's funny. I have to use my mouse though, and it's gonna be like awkward, but it's all good. I just gotta let my eyes focus and I can see. So, I know like some of these pictures were weird. Like this one. Wow, I am so blind. Not a cake racist. Is that what you said? You're still on the cakes. But yeah, this, I don't know if you guys could see it, but just like this fucking picture was weird. Like around this spot, it, like just looking at it, and I don't know, it looked weird. What do you guys think? Not a cake.
We're talking about ghosts now, fuckers.
Alright, let's see what else we got. There was another picture that was weird. Yeah, isn't it? Somebody said that they haven't seen orbs really in the daytime. That's what's weird. Like, we captured a lot of freaking orbs down here, like in the daytime. And it wasn't dark when I was down here taking these pictures. These are from like 2007. And it was like a little bit lighter than it looks in this picture right now, basically when we were there. So I'm not sure like why all the pictures turned out so dark. But like there's a orb here. This is overlooking Bender Park. Remember we used to drive down there all the time back in high school. I still see like high school kids hanging out down there. And I'm like, go away, I want to hang out here.
Spot to go.
The one with the faces. Yeah, hold up. Let's look at that one. Where is it? So this one, like, this is the one that was so fucking weird. And I don't know what the fuck, how to explain this shit. Because, like, you zoom in, and it's like the way the sky comes down over his face is what's really weird. Like, look at that. Can you guys see that? Like, it's... And then, like, just look at it, the way his face is shifted. Like, his eyes look weird, and it looks like his nose and mouth, like it's not in the right spot. Like, it's like the top of his head and the bottom of his head aren't right. Do you see it like that?
Right. Like it's not a distortion from the camera or anything. It's...
Oh, Kenzie was... Basic brought up donuts, and then Kenzie was craving donuts and cake. It's gonna be a boy, Kenzie.
Makes sense.
So let me zoom out on here. But yeah, like, just the background, like, looks like it's in motion. We're all just standing still taking this picture. It wasn't fucking dark when I took this picture. There's gonna be episode 2. Yeah, eventually episode 2 will be coming. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do it on yet, but it will be coming soon, sometime. Most of it looks like nighttime flash, but the daytime ones have orbs too. There's a face above them in the blue mist. See, I don't see a face like in here at all. I see it if you look over in the trees. Like, look at this. Tell me you don't... Like, there's one right here. Like, this one is the clearest one to me. Like, you can see his eyes here, and his nose, and his lips, and his fucking hair. You can see his fucking chin. Like, everything. It's right there. His forehead. Like, do you guys see that shit? I know I'm not that high. Come on now. One of my friends lived on the Navajo Nation reservation. She's a teacher. There's a lot of crazy, spooky stuff that goes on there. Unsolved murders, etc. It looks like a fog. Yeah, it does. But do you guys see that shit in the pictures? I know there's a delay, so you're probably not hearing this for another 20 seconds. And I wish I knew how to get rid of that delay, and if any of you do, let me know. But I'll wait a little bit and see if anybody has some shit to say in the chat about this one. Like, there's a face here, and then I see there's one here. It kind of looks like he's looking this way. And there's one here. This. Oh, my chat turned off. Turn on. Rub it and it turns on. Yeah. That one. The one on the right is the one that I see super clear. It's crazy. And it's just weird the way this picture turned out, because the whole story of Fitzsimmons Road was, like, this used to be an actual road that people could drive down, and, like, people would drag race and shit and go off the cliff. So, like, the way this picture turned out, like, it looks like the background's in motion, kind of like, you know, a car would be driving down, and then you got these faces looking down, almost like it could be people just, like, watching it going on. And it's like, it looks like headlights and the glasses. Just crazy shit, man. Above that face is one that has an impressive mustache. Is it a Charlie Chaplin? We gotta go look again. What is he talking about? I don't see it. But look at that face, dude. Look at that. Look at that. That's so fucking clear. What's up with the other friend's eyes and eyebrows? Investigate the left side. I don't know. I mean, there's an orb there, there's an orb there. There's an orb there, it kind of looks like. Oh, is this what you're talking about up here? That kind of looks like, I see almost something looking, I don't know.
Really, a
That
lot
is
of it, if
super
you look at
creepy.
it from here, it looks like a lot
Not
of different places.
Chaplin, Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, dude. Is this what you're talking about up here?
Look. But even all this, though, like, that almost looks like this, looking this way. Like, that's a bigger
Right.
nose. Here's a mouth, the eyes.
It looks like it could be like one of those hats.
in a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this looks like eyes, nose, mouth. It looks like a whole stream of, like, people right here.
Yep.
Forehead, 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 eyes, nose, mouth.
Elt says, yeah, it's that one up there he's talking about.
Yeah, but then up there, it just looks like a whole, like, group.
Yeah, and I haven't done anything to these pictures at all. These are literally, like, straight off a fucking digital camera from 2007. So it's not the best quality,
we had
but
that
still,
good shit.
like, I've never had pictures come out like this before. This is the only place I've seen it turn out like this. So this one is weird. This is the one where it looks like there's if you look behind him, there's this dirt road here that's Farmer's Road. Basically, you go over this and that's Farmer's Road. You can see there's like an orb right there on his chest, an orb behind him. Well, on the back of the dirt mound, you don't really see much if you zoom in. Like, there's nothing really there. So, like, 5 seconds later, I took another picture, and all I did was shift, like, my weight from one leg to the other. And now it looks like there's something sitting there, if you look real close. I don't know, like I said, if you're in a dark room, it'll be easier to see it, but it looks like there's something right here. But in the last picture, there was nothing there. And there's more orbs here. Like a crowd of disappointed Englishmen. The clearest one looks like a monkey, and the others look more human, yet less clear. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like there's like somebody sitting cross-legged on the top of this little dirt mound. Like their legs come out to about here and here, and then their body is like right here. But if I go back to the other picture and I zoom in, you don't see it there. Like the crouched position. That's right. Yeah, look at all the orbs in this one too. It's like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at all this shit. 9, 10. Let's see if I get any. There's a lot of orbs in this one. We were coming up on the train tracks. Dude, it was so cool when we were there shooting and we got the fucking train. We didn't plan that shit at all. Like, we were just on our way back to the car and all of a sudden the fucking train came. I'm like, dude.
Good thing kids are pokey as fuck.
Yeah. My kid had mud all over her pants. There was like a ton of orbs in this one. This is like right on the train tracks. This was actually a different day, but it was still in this 2007.
And during the day.
This is when Alan said he was like starting to feel like, we were walking through there and he kept saying that he like started feeling sick and shit and like didn't feel right, and then we took this picture and it was crazy just seeing his like an aura around him. Oxen free? What is that? My chair is squeaking like Vox's chair. So I put in the chat earlier, Vox is up, and my cousin was like, didn't know what I was talking about. She's not in the know of the whole Owen. She's not in the whole Owen Benjamin thing, and Vox and all that crazy shit. This one, did you guys notice this one? Like, it looked like something behind her. Like all this shit right here. And she's not smoking. She's got her camera in her hand.
It almost looks like something's like going to like wrap around. Because
we made sure like while we were there it was like no smoking and shit, 'cause we don't want to like fuck up any of the pictures and accidentally get smoke and then think it's something else. It's a sci-fi horror game? Oh, okay. I'll have to look into it. Do you guys see that though? There's something in the doorway behind y'all. Don't fucking say that.
That's some shit I'd do to you.
Y'all some assholes. Don't pop back open.
Bam!
So, funny thing. Her mom's house is so fucking haunted, so we're gonna talk about that shit.
Stay tuned.
We were just saying though, like, how kids seem to be more in tune with the shit, because we used to see it a lot more when we were kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, maybe it was because we were just kids, and it's like, no, because was it probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I was living at her mom's house in her old bedroom, and I was sitting there. My aunt was at work, and my daughter was sleeping on the bed behind me, and I'm sitting there. It was like 1 in the morning. I'm playing a video game, and the fucking door just all of a sudden opens and slowly opens until it's fully open, and I just sat there frozen, like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? Because if I fucking scream, I'm gonna wake up my kid. Yeah, keep laughing, motherfucker. I have a haunted house near Philly. Nice.
My mom's house is haunted as fuck.
It does look like something small.
Wrapping around her.
Right, okay.
The leg.
This door's getting closed.
Leave it open. The more the merrier.
I can't. There's a fucking cord in the door. I have an extension cord. But yeah, it looks like there's something on there.
From far away though, no, like zoom in once. Now that like trying to look at it, it does. You know how like a reaper looks almost like with the cape and like hood and shit. That's what it looks like. Right
And
there.
the girl with the purple shirt, she was actually a psychic medium. So, or she said, I didn't really know her. She was friends with my friend, and the friend that brought her was like into the Greenfield paranormal group or some shit, and so she brought her along, and she's like, yeah, this is my friend, and she's a psychic medium, and she was interested, so we brought her with, and it was just strange that she's the one that says she's a psychic medium, and then we capture this weird fucking picture of this thing, like, like there's something like touching her fucking arm almost, like it's grabbing her.
Yeah, like how like I said, like with the cloak and everything.
It's just crazy. Yeah, we gotta make sure we
I
touch
move
it every
it.
once in a while.
I'm just giving it a little touchy.
I don't know how to...
Keeping it turned on.
Taparoo. I don't know how to turn, like, the sleep thingy on.
Probably in your settings, but...
That Chromebook is confusing.
You got a pretty good face in the one picture too that we did. I don't remember if I was in it or you were in it.
Likely a demon? Yeah, man. It could be. There's a lot of orbs in there.
Hugs.
I just thought this one looked cool. I like that one. This one was cool. I saw this while we were walking down, I think it was on Farmers Road, and it just like made an arch. It was really cool. But like, see, like all these pictures, this is from that first time we went down there with the camera, and like the sky and shit just looked so crazy, and it looked like like everybody was just placed into the pictures, like it's backdrop. It's crazy. Oh, how do I go back? Sorry, giving you a picture seizure. Doop, doop. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's some orbs in there. Like, look at this shit. Like, that looks so fucking photoshopped, and I've never done anything to this picture. It's like there's who the fuck casts a shadow onto the sky? Like, how does that happen? And it looks like everything's in motion, and it's almost like, it feels like you'd be watching a movie and, like, you know, like a scene when a car is about to hit somebody. Like, and the lights are, like, in their face, you know? I don't know how many people are in here right now. 10 people. Don't forget to hit the Vox button or the like button for those who aren't in the know. What do you guys think of this picture? I don't know how far the delay is. Let's just chill. Damn it, I was using my mouse thinking it works on this computer. Your camera takes pics of the fourth dimension. Yes, I think so.
Well, that's the thing too. It was like one of those regular ass cameras. It's not like you were fucking with the ISO and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was like whatever like a decent camera would be in back in like 2007, like one of the nicer digital cameras. Here, I got this up so we can at least kind of see where we're at with the delay.
Yeah.
With some good lighting. But isn't that crazy though? Like, I don't know. It's crazy shit. And then this one too, like all the orbs in this one. You can see him. There's one like right on his fucking face.
Jesus.
Right? He just got dick slapped by a ghost. Look at it.
Going in.
We gotta zoom in some more. It looks like he got his lip pierced, but they pierced the wrong lip. Oh man. What's up with these other ones though? There's like green inside of this one.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
kinda
it's
interesting.
funny watching the like.
A gay, a gay ghost. That's right. Space ghost dumpster pumps. Look, it's green right there. It's cool. Wouldn't it be crazy if you like zoom in and you seen like a face in it? I don't see anything in them though. But look at that. Like you could see like a perfect circle around it. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like fuzzies coming off of it. And there's some over here. It looks like somebody blew bubbles. And there's just like bubbles everywhere. There's so many. Ectoplasm. There's like a bunch of orbs in this one. See, Brad, while we were walking, he kept like, he'd just randomly say, oh, I feel really weird, dude, take my picture. And there was always like a bunch of orbs. There's like this one on his arm. Another one. It was really clear. So this one, I don't know if you guys can see it, but before I zoom in, like, is that a dog?
I think so.
Dude, remember when we were kids? When Auntie Sue lived in the trailer court and we'd be like asleep and they'd come in and be like, you better go to sleep because there's a werewolf in the trailer court and it eats kids that are awake.
Fucking
And we're like
Luella
peeking
and
out the
shit.
window like, where's the werewolf?
The werewolf. Luella was gonna come and get us.
Yes, Luella. Fuck. Isn't your mom Luella?
Yes.
It's like I remember somebody told me like Luella lived underneath your dresser and like if you got out of bed it would come out and like eat you and drag you under the dresser. And
She lives in many places. She lives in the attic over by Grandma and Grandpa.
did you guys ever have like weird stories that your like family would tell to like make the kids go to sleep, like scary shit, like telling us Luella is gonna pull us under a dresser and eat us? Fucking insane shit.
Oh, my parents are too soft these days for that shit.
Oh, I fuck with Anna all the time. I'll be like, yo, go to bed or the ghost is gonna get you. Oh no.
I'm scared. Can I sleep with you? The monsters are gonna get me. Well, don't bring those fuckers in here. Go to bed.
Those are ghost jizzlets, aka ghost jizz. Ghost jizzlets. That's hard to say. Ghost jizzlets. Ghost jizzlets. Say it 5 times fast. I can't do it. But anyways, so this is at the very edge of the road looking over Lake Michigan. And this whole area has like eroded and shit over the years because the road's been closed down and everything too. So the road used to go further than this and basically would drop off into the fucking lake, and people would play chicken out there and people have committed suicide out there. And so we were standing at the edge of the road and we took this picture, and it looked really weird because right here with the spacing of it and shit, it looks like these could be car headlights. Like not that there's a car down there right now when I took this picture, but it could be like ghost headlights or something. I don't know. Like the spacing of it, like it looks
Convenient.
like, and especially like with how wide it is, like it'd be like how the old 50s cars and shit were wide. I don't know what you guys think about it. And there's a orb right here. Oh, there's another orb right here. And right here. This one looks like it has a nipple. Let's zoom in on it. Oh. There's an orb. Lots of garbage. You can ignore the green dots. For some reason the camera would put a green dot in like the center of all the fucking pictures.
Center.
2 lost souls. It could be. I still think it looks like headlights. And it's just crazy because that's at the edge of the road where the cars would fucking go off the cliff. Carrie's just all up on her phone. Are you doing a TikTok?
Sure.
This bitch does TikTok. All about that tick, and I'm about that dick, Yeah, I don't know what I did with the picture I had. I don't want to go through all my folders. I thought I had I'm gonna go back to a
You did
picture
mostly
for
the
you guys
older
to look
ones.
at. I'm gonna go back to this one with the faces and the trees while I
Because that's
look for
basically like
something.
it was, though.
I don't know if it's on my other computer. I had a picture from when her and I were down there recording.
Did I take that one or did you?
I don't
Probably
know.
deleted it anyway, but.
Where's my desktop? Fitzsimmons. Oh, I think I just have these are all my other pictures are on the other computer.
It's all good. That one was basically same idea. Same thing.
So does anybody have like any questions about Fitzsimmons at all, or about the movie, about the pictures? Do you guys want to go back over any pictures? Let us know. If not, we can move on and just start talking about other ghost stories that we've experienced growing up, and we've got many. Like, we could tell you some shit, and a lot of it's happened in this area. Like, I'm living now still like in the area that we all used to hang out in when we were growing up, because we had family all around here, and there's a lot of shit that has happened over here. Like Wayne, that's like right down the block where when Auntie Sue was living there, and fucking Wayne shot himself in that house.
Yeah.
And she had to go clean all that shit up, and she said it was like all over his bedroom and shit. And Auntie Sue told me that one night she was like in the kitchen or wherever it was in the house where she could see into the backyard from the window, and it was like nighttime, and it looked like somebody had walked from, she couldn't see who it was, but it looked like a person walking from the house into Wayne's shed and just disappeared. And she's like, I don't know if it was Wayne or what, but like that was where he would hang out all the time, was like in his tool shed grabbing stuff, doing whatever.
Exactly.
Don't look like bugs. Classic question, how do you know if the orbs aren't bugs? Yeah, I don't know if they're bugs or not, but I mean, we didn't see any bugs. Like, I remember when her and I were down there, like, I think I got 1 or 2 pictures when we were there that had an orb, and like, we didn't see any bugs down there. There weren't no mosquitoes and shit.
Especially during the day, like, they're not as bad. Spell Fitzsimmons.
How do you spell the name of the road?
I pulled it up.
Fitzsimmons. Hold up, I'll pull up the map picture. I'll show you where the road is at. So like, if anybody's into what do you call it, like ghost hunting and shit, or just into looking up creepy shit, if anybody wants to come and see the road for themselves, I will post the map real quick. I just gotta find the file.
There's typed one.
No, not that one. So then here, no, god damn it. I hate when I put shit in folders and then I forget which folder I put it in. Is it this one?
This one almost too,
I think it's this one. So if you guys search for this address that's on here, it'll bring you to where the road is. Wings could reflect some green, cause a bit of a flare. Butt wings. No, it's butt wings. Definitely butt wings. Dude, I remember Grandma used to tell me when she was little she would catch fireflies and unscrew the lights and put them on her wing or on her rings. Like, that's horrible. Because they die then. But Grandma had to have that.
That blang blang.
That bling. It's like we got Auntie Ruth right here, and she's just like gangster.
LiveStream.
So yeah, if anybody is wondering where this road is, if you type this into Google, where that address is, it takes you to where basically the start of that road is. Once you get to the end there where the train tracks are, that's where the barricades are, so you can't drive down there anymore, but you can park your car like on the road there, and you can walk all the way to the edge of the road, and there's all sorts of walking trails and shit in there now. And I don't know, it's crazy. Like,
It's not what it used to be.
like so much shit has changed over here. Is all down like Fifth Avenue. It used to be like factories and stuff. What's up, Boulder? You late ass bitch. Anyways, but yeah, there used to be like all sorts of factories and shit over here, and I wish that they didn't tear down the glue factory because I wanted to go in there. Now that I got a fucking camera and get video, because I went in there years ago with my friends, and actually, I don't know if I got sick from like the chemicals and shit that are in there and all the toxins, but we were in there for like a half an hour, just like breaking shit and looking around, and then we smoked a bowl, and then we walked back, and I threw up all over High Street on the corner, and then yeah, I went home and passed out. But is Saucin here? Oh, I thought that said Saucin. Where the fuck is my Saucin? Saucin Lives Matter, and she can't even come in my fucking chat. White Knight for nothing. Anyways, what was I talking about?
The glue factory.
Oh, the glue factory. But yeah, they've like started tearing some of that shit down, and they put a park over there now. That it's a nice park, but it's weird that like, because Ricky was telling me that they weren't gonna build anything over there because it was all contaminated and shit.
They will.
So you're not gonna put businesses because it's contaminated, but you're gonna put a park where the kids play and a bubbler where you're probably drinking water.
Exactly.
Yes, bubbler. Do you like
Bubbler.
that? Elt is from here, so he knows what bubbler is.
Bubbler. Bubbler.
But Elt is everywhere except he's not here right now. We can't say where he is. He's on the ceiling. She was like, what? Anyways, now I know what like people probably like the look on their face when they see us in the chat. Like, they probably have the same look on their face. Like, what are these people talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a chewing gum factory near me, and it's closed. They tore it down to put up a YMCA. Yes, bubbler. So anyways,
they'll end up building and people fucking get sick again, and they'll be like, I don't know what happened.
Right. Well, it was like, where's that picture? This picture here. This was from the 1980s, and they found, this is actually an icicle they found on the bluffs over there that was completely red because there used to be a dye factory over here. Mm-hmm. It's about time, Saucin on Brew's Feetsies. Oh, hold up. No, you don't get... No, you don't... You don't she doesn't like feet. Ah! And you were late, so you don't get feet. No feet for you, bitch. Maybe later.
Wait till I leave.
Yeah, you don't... We're not getting feet and puke in the same stream. It was bad enough watching that guy the other day that fucking Semper drug us to, and he was like snotting all over the gym equipment as he was lifting. And dude, this dude was like, I don't know what the fuck. He was so ripped that his stomach was like a pregnant stomach, but muscle. And you could see like hernias everywhere. Uh-huh. And as he was lifting, snot was like flying out of his nose onto everything. He's like, it's gonna be a good workout.
Sounds like some shit my dad would have used to make me watch.
It was horrible. You're late to the party. Well, Saucin, I'm going to be uploading my documentary sometime tonight. So after it's done processing and shit, you will have to go back and watch the documentary because it will be on my channel. But anyways, they found this...
Look at my face. Sorry. See the playback.
They found this icicle on the bluffs because the dye factory and shit was like leaking shit all into the ground. And somewhere in one of the factories over here, they put some kind of well or like some kind of pipeline in there, and it like completely dissolved from all the shit in the ground. It's like, holy crap.
Can't just like poof, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I found this picture online. This was inside of the glue factory. Like, they tore it down now, but I wish I could have gotten in there. The last time I tried to go there, somebody called the cops on us because we were walking down the train tracks, and somebody at the bar over here must have seen us, and all of a sudden the cops came. Hey, Semper, is that Brew City? Brew City and my cousin Terry. With an I, motherfuckers. Terry with an I.
Izzle.
It's my tizzle. And if anybody can figure out what LKC means, I'll give you $1. No, I won't. I'll give you feet pictures. Figure out what LKC means. Eliza, you gotta get on that if you want more feet pics. Illuminati confirmed. Why is 13 people watching again? We're not a cult. We're feet enthusiasts.
I'm part of that shit.
But yeah, so this was inside of the glue factory. Semper, I'm assuming you just got here. I'm gonna upload my documentary after this, and if you want to go back and watch it afterwards, you can. It's probably gonna take a few hours for it to process, so it will be on my channel, and I'm sure you'll get the notification on Discord. I don't have any other real interesting pictures from LKC. Yep, you got to figure out what LKC means. Who the Semper got timed out. They put each other in timeout on purpose, but because mostly everybody's a moderator for me, because all my like homies, I make a moderator right away, so they can all be moderators as we grow. But they like to time each other out for fun, so they create sock accounts too, and they'll go on sock accounts and time each other out. My cousin doesn't understand the whole internet, like, YouTube chat thing and all this shit we do, so this...
It's fine. It's fine.
So, hold up, let me go back to that one weird
no
picture.
Feet pics are actually
Hey,
involved.
hey, Semper, you want to see a crazy picture? Where the fuck did it go? This one. Do you see the faces?
Do you know that we pointed them out? It's like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
for real.
It's
really
like
is.
Mount Rushmore, like looking at you. Can you see it? Oh yeah, Semper's in timeout, so he can't chat. Good job, Boulder. Yes, Terry, we're retarded.
Yeah.
It's called a take 5. Give old boy the wrench. Where is he? How do I click on it? Oh, that's not what I can't, it's not letting me click on Semper right now. I gotta wait till he's off of timeout. Seesaw sends on her other account now and wants to be timed out.
Oh, I can't have nobody.
Holy shit. How do you get timed out by 4 people at once?
Oh, no talking for you.
Damn. But do you guys...
Ain't nobody gonna be able to answer.
Fuck them. Stack them timeouts. I've never seen somebody get timed out by that many people all at once. Mount Rushmore was Teddy Roosevelt trying to sit at the big boy table. This is getting out of
seeing it
hand.
like over here, and it's leggy over there, and then seeing that.
Well, because the chat is way down there, we can't see.
It's just funny.
Yeah, we're
so
only
much
seeing the
going
top
on.
of it. Just timed out Saucin twice. You guys are crazy. So I'll just leave this picture on the screen for now. What?
I was counting them.
Oh, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if this is 1 or not.
It looks like, yeah, because it looks like hair, eyes, nose, mouth right there. It's
Yeah.
just like tucked back, kind of. Looks like this fucker's holding like a cross, even though it's like the branch, but it makes it look like a cross up there, right there.
Hail Saucin. bring me on and just so I can tell older that I'm better than him. See, Semper was timed out, so he just like messaged me. Like, how do you? I don't know how to bring you back. You'll be back in a few seconds, Semper. Do not time out Semper, you fuckers. Who the hell is Storybeth? Hale. Who are you? You gotta be one of us. Normal people don't hail. Only the Shofiq cult hails. Semper, you need to talk in the stream when your timeout's done so I can moderate you.
Shit.
Or mod you, whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm gonna see if you see the faces. Cause you weren't here earlier.
Looks like a little baby face right here. Like 1, 2, nose, little mouth. Like right above it.
Can you zoom in?
Doesn't it though? It looks like another little face. It just looks like a whole bunch of fucking faces. It's so
I don't
crazy.
know, man.
Suck.
This one though, this one still.
Yeah.
Looks like James Dean. I don't know. And now that they point, this one looks weird too. It could be Edgar Allan Poe. Semper's reinstated. Where is he? Semper, you gotta talk so I can wrench you. What the fuck was that? Why is my music playing?
Grandma!
No, for real, why is this playing music? What's going on? Can you turn the speakers off?
You had them pretty low though for it to...
What the fuck's playing? Is there something on? Oh, Semper's calling me. I was like, what is this music?
Should I turn it down?
Semper, I don't have my... I can't talk on Discord right now. Oh, I lost my pictures now. There it is. Semper, you just confused the shit out of me. Thank you. Pescam... Timed out Pescama now. Where the hell is Semper?
I don't understand. That was a Discord call.
Yeah, everybody, when Semper starts talking, don't fucking time him out, or I'm gonna fucking get you with my anal hook. I've got it ready. You motherfuckers think I'm playing. I rule with an iron fisting mitten, bitch.
Did he get like kicked out or did something glitch or something? I don't know how the show
I don't
works,
know.
but-
Semper isn't talking and it's weird. It's because Semper is, I think he's still on timeout. Faggotry? Is that what you're trying to say? Faggery? Faggotry? Speak, Semper, speak. Is the Semper asleep? Is the Semper out of it? Hermaphrodite? Oh, there's Semper. You're gonna help me get it set up? Thank you. Add moderator. Ha, now you fuckers can't time him out. But thank you for being funny. Alright, Semper, do you see the faces in the trees? Message retracted. Yeah, Semper, I also need to help. I need you to help me figure out why, my fucking chat box doesn't show up on the screen anymore. 'Cause I set it up before I started streaming, and it showed that it was working, and then all of a sudden it wasn't working. Did you miss the hook? Oh, hold up. Here, I'll just dangle it here for a little while, and y'all can see it.
See my fucking face in it.
Okay, let's close this. Now I can see it. Just for you, basic. And I will get you with it if you fuck with me. Who is that fucking bear that came in the comments the other day that pissed me off. I don't know, one of the gay ass bears. It wasn't the big gay bear. It was one of his little gay bears. So do you...
It's funny, it says show hook, and that's like right
Oh,
when it
I
pops
just
up
lost
over
the
there.
internet. I hate my fucking Chromebook. It like disconnects from the internet by itself for some reason all the time.
But it still works over there.
Yeah, it's just the Chromebook that does it. I don't know how to fix it. See, and now it's reconnected. Show hook. Yeah, see, we ask others to show feet, and y'all can ask me to show hook. Because I can't show feet while Terry's here, because she'll start throwing up. Yep, the hook of justice.
It's smaller than I remember.
Aviation made a meme out of it when Semper was talking about my hook of justice. It was amazing. Could you do a special episode about the Wisconsin Slender Man attempted murder with those crazy teenage girls? I'll keep that in mind, definitely. Let me write that down before I forget. Yeah, because we're gonna try this summer to go to a few places and find some haunted places around Wisconsin. Huh?
What for? We were thinking for Ed Gein. Where else were we gonna go? Tunnels? Some tunnels.
Yeah, there's some fucking like abandoned tunnels somewhere in Wisconsin that they turned into like a biking trail or some shit, but it's supposed to be haunted that we're gonna go check out. And we want to go to where Ed Gein is from, which is Plainfield, Wisconsin. And I don't know if you guys seen it, but this picture that I made for the stream for the series, this is actually a picture of Ed Gein's house. And I know some people don't know who Ed Gein is, because I've had a few people say, who the fuck is that, when I was talking about it in Discord. I thought it was
Maybe we're just really fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I thought it was common knowledge about all these fucking serial killers and shit, but I guess we were just fucking weird. Too bad I don't have that. I used to have a shirt that said Ed Gein's Lampshade Incorporated and stuff, and it had his face on it. I bought it at
Nice.
Summerfest.
Nice.
But yeah, we're gonna go check that out. Ed Gein was who hasn't heard of Ed Gein? Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
thought too, but somebody in Discord didn't know who it was, and I had to explain who it was. So I think he killed his brother, and I think he killed that lady from the bar. But the other people, he dug up graves and took their bodies home and like made lampshades and
Shit like that.
Like,
the skin.
masks
Did he make like
and
the
shit.
full body
like,
thing?
yeah,
too,
he had like
or whatever?
he had a whole torso thing that he would wear, and it was made out of like human nipples and shit. And yeah, basically Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Silence of the Lambs were both based off of Ed Gein.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be
Yeah.
The trap
and
music.
Norman Bates.
who's Ed Gein. Yeah, see, I think Major's the one who asked me in the Discord, and I said who it was. Real life inspiration for Leatherface,
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill, and Norman Bates.
Because Psycho, I was in, or
Yeah, Psycho too.
was part of that.
I forgot about that one. Did you guys ever hear the Buffalo Bill song from Eminem? That one's good. You haven't heard that one?
Oh,
And it's all about like Buffalo Bill.
which is surprising that I wouldn't know it.
So if you guys want later on, after we talk about ghosts for a little bit, since it is the House of Horrors series, y'all can learn about the Purple People Eater guy again. The dude that stashes diapers under his bed that Alan used to live with.
Oh God.
Yeah. I was streaming the other day. I made the stream private though, because it probably wouldn't look good to have some
Buffalo
of the...
Bill, Silence of the Lambs.
Yep. Not weird for knowing about serial killers. That's right.
This is what
man.
we used to spend.
Yeah.
Remember when we spent the night by Auntie Mary's and we just rented like 4 horror things? Dude, I know we got a
stayed at
game.
her house.
Yeah, we stayed there with great, well, for me, great grandma, but with Nan. And we stayed in their room. I don't remember if we were watching the dog or why you were staying there.
Oh yeah, and I remember
we stayed in their room and we rented a Dahmer movie. We rented an Ed Gein one. Some other, I think Ramirez.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We had like a full-fledged psycho killer.
Yeah, we used to.
Sleepover.
That was so much fun. Like, kids today will never understand how awesome it was to, like, you know, hang out with your cousin for the weekend and go to Blockbuster and find some serial killer movies and just spend the whole weekend watching movies and eating junk food.
And hope they never check your history if some like crazy shit goes down.
Yeah. But it's like now kids, like, they don't even hang out with each other. It's just all video chat type shit, and it's weird. I couldn't imagine, like, living in the world today. I mean, I do now because I do it. And I'm cool talking with all you fuckers online and stuff. But
being a kid back then.
Being a kid, I think I'm glad I lived before all this internet shit took over. Although all the time we spent on AOL Hometown creating little websites and shit.
That was my shit. That's what I know. This shit, no. But that I'm still stuck in the...
Liza says we're her spirit animal. You like the track from the music I posted? Do you guys want to hear it again? I'll play it real quick. And yeah, I'm going to play it real quick and we're going to take a little... I think the track is like a minute and a half long, so we're going to take a little tiny break and we'll be right back. Sound good? Doesn't matter, because I'm doing it anyways. What's up, motherfuckers? Let's say this bangs so hard. Thanks, bass slapping. Yeah, I had fun making that track. So we are back, and And I guess we could, here, I'll leave that up. Where the fuck is that? Screen capture, turn that off. We're just gonna leave that up, and we'll do it for your back hole. You guys are so funny. Alright, so we are back, and I guess now that the documentary's done, we'll just talk about ghosts and shit. Because, yeah, we had a lot of experiences growing up and shit. So, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Let's see where the camera is.
I really got a space.
We're social distancing.
6 feet, motherfucker.
It's ridiculous. Dude, Anna keeps fucking flipping out every time she sees some shit about coronavirus. She gets so mad. Like, they need to stop. It's not even real. She's fucking
no.
based.
No, we're just really good at that. If anybody like sneezes, or every once in a while I'll lick one of the boys' face and they're like, coronavirus.
Right.
Or if we're in the house, I hear somebody sneeze, instead of saying bless you, coronavirus!
This track needs an extended extra minute and a half. Yeah, I agree. It would have been great to keep it going, but I was just making it for like an intro thing. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a remix. I forgot what I was talking about.
Ghosts?
Yeah.
Ghost stories.
You remember that clown bank your mom had?
Fuck that clown. She still has it.
Why?
It's still in there.
Dude, when she's like out of town, we should go kidnap it.
Swear, dude.
Smash it and it'll release all the demons out.
Fucking thing,
Oh
dude.
my god.
I remember trying to sleep in her room because when I was younger, and she would make me go to bed at like 7 when it was still fucking dark or light outside, trying to fall asleep, and I'd be laying there just staring at the fucking closet as the doors like swaying with that motherfucker in there.
I fucking hate, dude, like, because your room was like right against the same wall as her closet.
Mhm.
So she had this big, like, you guys know those big fucking porcelain, it was, I don't know if it was porcelain, some
Or whatever,
fucking
yeah.
ceramic clown, creepy ass fat fucking clown bank.
Well, or even like the old, like I had the pigs, like me and my brother each had a pig. He had like a boy one and I had one in like a little dress and shit.
Yeah.
So little piggy banks, you get this big ass motherfucker that just takes up space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I remember I was spending the night at your house one day, and we were in your room, and we kept hearing, like, a noise, and, like, we went and checked on it, and the fucking clown, like, it had, like, turned around or something by the time we...
I think that's when we were
the second
knocking
time.
on it.
Yeah, like,
'Cause
it
we
was,
were
like,
knocking on the wall.
back,
Yeah, we would knock on the wall, and then it would knock back.
and we thought that your brother was, like, fucking with us.
But he wasn't home.
Yeah, like, we would check the whole house, like, come on, Marty's gotta be fucking with us, and we'd be walking around the house checking everywhere, and he wouldn't be home.
Mm-mm.
And that fucking thing would be knocking back through the wall. Fuck that thing, man.
Yeah, those summers though, like when you stayed by us, or when your mom would drop you off, I still remember, because I started sleeping on my couch for a while there, because at one point I was laying in my bed trying to fall asleep, and then the whole thing started shaking back and forth, and so for a while I stopped sleeping in my room. And so she used to come over at, like, your mom would drop you off at, like, what, 6:15 or so?
Yes.
Ish. 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. And one time I was sleeping on the couch and I woke up because I heard something. And I had, you know, those dolls that you, like, lay down and their eyes open and close? Well, at one point that fucker scared me, so I threw it down our laundry chute. And then... a while after this is when I was sleeping on the couch and I kept hearing, you know, the sound the eyes make, like when you would bring it up, that like
Right.
kind of sound. I kept fucking hearing it and I was waiting, just waiting for you guys to come over because I kept hearing it at the foot of the couch.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get up and look. So I think I spent a half hour waiting for you guys to come back or come over.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I don't even know whatever happened to the thing. Because I don't think it was down in the basement then.
I was so pissed. Somebody bought Anna.
All of a sudden in the middle of the night, it'd be like, oh!
Dude, those things are fucking the devil.
I'm possessed and shit. Then when Marty had the Chucky doll,
Oh my god. Dude, I was so traumatized by that fucking doll.
my dad had won my brother a Chucky doll. And then he painted the face with like a black eye and bloody lip and all that. And at that point, we still lived in the trailer court, and it was my room, and then my brother's room, and then I had the bathroom and stuff was down the hall. So at night, my brother would put it right by his door, so I had to walk past it to get to the bathroom. I was like 5 years old.
Yeah. I fucking hated that thing. Like, every time I'd be spending the night and we'd be in your room, like, either trying to go to sleep or just, like, playing video games, and he'd fucking throw the thing into the room at us and shit. I think, didn't your mom throw it up on the fucking train tracks or something?
She took it to work and she threw it out the window.
Fuck that thing, man. That would have been so crazy if it, like, just appeared again one day.
I know. But that's when a lot of the shit started, though, and especially for me, like, at the trailer court. After, like, with that stuff, having to walk to the bathroom and then walk back past my brother's room. My parents' room was at the end of the hall, and then when my aunt lived with me after my parents divorced, Auntie Sue would stay in that room.
Yeah.
And one of the times when I got up and I wouldn't walk back to my room, I went and I laid in her room, and I was just about to fall asleep, and all of a sudden I felt something like that on the top of my head, and like I instantly like shot up and I looked, and she was passed out snoring, laying the other way, so it wasn't her.
Yeah.
And Marty, I would have heard him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck that was, but it happened again then once we moved to the new house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I remember, I think when Auntie Sue, she had the trailer next to you, and she had all those fucking stupid masks on her wall, and every time I'd go and sleep in her room at nighttime, and they were, like, these porcelain fucking, like, white masks with, like, these weird eyes, and it was, like, something, like, painted on the faces.
They almost look like the drama masks. I forget what they're actually called, but
Yeah.
like the masks that they use for like the drama symbol.
And she had them all over her fucking wall, and I'd be in her room at night, like, trying to go to sleep, and I swear to God, like, it would look like those fucking masks would be, like, floating off the wall and shit. It was, like...
She had those when she moved in.
It was so creepy. Who'd you guys time out? I didn't see anybody get timed out. Oh, from Jamie? What did Jamie say? Or are you guys just being funny? Oh, it won't let me do it on here. I still don't know why Streamlabs won't let me log into my fucking YouTube chat. Like, I can see it, but it won't let me sign in. It always tells me there's an error. So I have to, like, do the chat on my fucking Chromebook. And it's a pain in the ass. Comedy and tragedy makes mass. Yeah, I hated those fucking things, man. And it's like, I was so fucking terrified of that Chucky doll because of Marty that, like, even to this day, for some reason, it'll just pop in my head once in a while, and I'll start getting paranoid thinking, like, Chucky's hiding in my house, just waiting. And it's so dumb, because I'm like, dude, you're an adult. Like, you know this is a fucking movie. It's not real. But it's still, like, I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna run and close my door real quick. I sleep with my door closed and locked. Like, no, ain't nobody fucking coming in my room. And, like, Anna, the first time Anna scared the shit out of me, she was in her walker, and I would put her in her walker when I would take a shower because she didn't know how to climb out or anything. So I'm like, oh, she won't get hurt. I'll just put her in her walker. She can chill while I take a shower real quick. So I'm in the fucking shower, and she had figured out how to climb out of her walker and comes over to the fucking shower, and I'm like, just like washing up. All of a sudden she grabs the curtain and whips it open, like, not real slow. She whipped the bitch open, and because of how small she was, and her hair was like the brownish reddish color at the time, because Alan's kind of got like a reddish tint in his hair sometimes. She fucking ripped the shit open, and I screamed because my mind immediately thought that Chucky was coming to kill me in the fucking shower, and I was like, oh my God.
This is how it ends.
I'll never put her in the walker while I'm showering again. It's like, holy shit.
See, so, but what's your earliest, like, memory of, like, freaky shit like that? Because, like, for me, it's when we still lived in, like, our original, like, first trailer in the trailer court.
Yeah.
And so I think I was, like, 4, maybe 5, and I remember we had the TV in our room, and back then, obviously, you had, like, MTV and shit to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, Shirley Temple was still, like, on the TV. And I remember watching, I think it was Shirley Temple, and I don't even think my dad lived with us anymore. So I was, yeah, probably, like, 5. And all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting there, I'm watching TV, and, like, I got that, like, weird spidey sense, like, thing, whatever. And I looked over at my door, and it was, like, a vision of, like, a clown walking past. Didn't look in the room, but it was, like, a clownish, like, figure holding a huge-ass thing of balloons and just walked past my door.
Oh, fuck no.
That's, like, my earliest thing that I remember of, like, a paranormal, like, freaky thing.
Ever experienced sleep paralysis? Yes. Actually, what creeped me out has been happening to Anna, because she told me the other day, like, randomly my daughter woke up and in the morning, and she's just like, "Hey, Mom, do you ever have it when you wake up and you can't move and you try to scream but you can't, and you're awake but you're just scared and you can't do anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, that happens to me too, honey." Like, it doesn't really happen anymore, but when I was a kid, it used to happen to me and scare the shit out of me. I'd be, like, trying to scream, and I couldn't, and...
I've never had that.
I hate that I have glasses, because I keep thinking I'm seeing something, but it's the side of my fucking glasses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ouija boards, that's probably what's so fucked up about my mom's house. I think we released way too many fuckers into that place.
Dude, we were just talking about that. Like, if we ever fuck with a Ouija board, we should do it back in your mom's house, because we already fucked her house up, so...
I still got two of them sitting in my
house.
basement. I have two of them in the basement, and I was good, though. I actually separated the, like, eyes from the board.
Yeah, we did one. You weren't there. It was me and a couple of my friends. We were doing a Ouija board in my mom's basement when Grandma was living with us for a while, so... my stepdad built a bedroom in the basement for me for a couple months. So my mom let two of my friends sleep over, and she brought her Ouija board. So she wouldn't let me use candles and shit, so we just had like a nightlight plugged into the wall, and in the same outlet my alarm clock was plugged into it. So we're just sitting there playing with the Ouija board, and I was like, if somebody's here, give us a sign, and first we were like, is somebody here? And it says yes. And we're like, who are you? And it said a demon. And we're like, yeah, whatever. And we're like, then prove that you're here. And all of a sudden, my fucking nightlight turns off. But the alarm clock stayed on. So it's like, it's plugged into the same outlet. The nightlight goes off. We all fucking scream and just like jump towards each other. Like, oh, save me. And then, like, 5 seconds later, that comes back on, and we're just like, okay, we're done with this shit. Like, but it's crazy. Like, Alan, like, he sees a lot of shit. Like, he's always seen it since he was a kid. Like, his grandpa apparently died before he was born, and he never met him, didn't really know anything about him. And when he was probably, like, 5 years old, somewhere around there, he went up to his mom and was like, "Oh, Grandpa said to tell you all of this stuff," and like started telling her all this shit, and she's just like, "How do you know all that?" And he's like, "Grandpa's been talking to me."
Nice.
And he used to see a little boy like follow him around and shit all the time, and I was like, yeah, right, like maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. And then we were staying at his parents' house one time for like a week because they were out of town, so we stayed at the house to take care of their pets. And they live in a townhouse, so we're chilling down in the living room, and then they have a stairway that goes up towards the upstairs, and it's not like a full wall, it's like a half wall going up the stairs, so you can still kind of see. And it looked like, I was sitting there watching TV, and like I kept swearing that it looked like a little boy was like chilling on the stairs, like watching me, and I'd like look, and then I wouldn't see it anymore. I was like, what the fuck? And this was before I even knew about the little boy. And I told him, I was like, dude, I swear to God, I keep seeing like a little kid sitting on your stairs. And then he's like, did he look like he was about this big and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. And then he told me that he saw that he saw a little boy most of his life growing up and stuff. Well, Semper can stream whenever he wants. My cousin doesn't have a lot of time with having a bunch of kids and stuff and doing all that, and I got a kid and working. So we're gonna keep talking. If you guys want to go over to Semper stream, that's cool. If you want to hang out, that's cool. Whatever you guys want to do. trying to think, like, I remember being at your house too, like, what night? I think it was at nighttime, and your mom was at work. We were chilling in the living room, probably getting ready to watch a scary movie or something, and like it felt like your couch like was like fucking moving and shit. Like that shit would happen.
The couch has done that. The bed's done that. I know, had the door situation where my bedroom door closed. I used to be home alone a lot at night, and I was on my computer fucking with good old HTML web pages and shit, and all of a sudden my brother's door slammed closed. There were times I used to have the cool beads like hanging over my closet door or whatever, and I remember one night laying there, and all of a sudden they started like swaying back and forth, all clinking together and shit, and I was home alone, so
Yeah.
and pets weren't allowed in the house or in there.
Yeah.
Peanut was only allowed in the kitchen, so.
Dude, do you remember, I think we were getting ready for your birthday party one year, and we were all hanging out in your bedroom, and you had like your boombox and shit set up by the window area, and we thought that Marty was fucking around and had like put his hand through the window, because all of a sudden a bunch of shit just got knocked off of your fucking dresser or whatever the hell you had over there holding up your boombox, and he was just swore up and down like, no, I didn't do it, and it's like, well, how the fuck did it fall then? Like, who's fucking around?
Yeah, you know I don't spook easy. The like, especially though, like, older. So, like, the only time that when I was older and, like, shit happened, and it actually, like, freaked me out. And it actually freaks me out. And I walked out, Amanda was spending the night, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning probably. I walked out of my room to go to the bathroom, and like all the lights and shit were out because Mom was gone, and I don't even think Marty was home. Walked out, and straight up something walked from the living room into the kitchen. And I like walked and like turned around and came right back in.
Yeah.
And like I don't get freaked out, but that one actually spooked me.
Yeah.
And then another time when Amanda was spending the night, we were downstairs playing pool. And then we left the balls all, you know, on the table, whatever. We went upstairs, I think, to grab something to eat, and then we went in my room, went to the bathroom and stuff. And all of a sudden you start hearing all the balls like bopping together down in the basement. Yeah, I swear we let some fuckers out of that Ouija board, though. Because we used to get Q, who used to show up all the time. That's like a repeat guy that whenever we would go on the Ouija board, he'd show up. And like figure eights and stuff, they always said like that's when it wasn't good. I don't know how many times that shit happened.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Let's say I remember we used to always hear stuff in your basement, and like we would like go down there and look, and like nothing would be down there. Since my mods are being fucking lazy. Told you I rule with an iron fisting mitten, you motherfucker. You think I'm playing? You don't get to see the hook. It's just gonna fucking surprise your asshole.
I ain't a hook. Get him.
Why isn't my chat working now? Oh well. Yeah, it was weird too, like after doing the Ouija board at my mom's house, it seemed like, well, even before that, because I remember before they bought the house, the neighbor across the street used to talk about the house was empty for a long time because the previous owners apparently robbed a bank, and so this guy robbed the bank that his girlfriend worked at. She claimed she didn't know about it, and he hid all the money in like a sleeping bag, and she didn't know, and she took the sleeping bag camping and found all the money, and then realized, oh shit, this is all the money from the bank I work at, and turned him in. So the house was empty for a long time after that, and the neighbor across the street would say that at nighttime they would sit on their couch, and usually around like 10 or 11, it would look like something was like walking back and forth through the living room, even though the house was empty. So I know a couple times, like, I'd be at home and my mom and stepdad would be out at the bar and shit, so I'd be home at night all alone, like, freaked out because my fucking bedroom door would open on its own, and like you'd hear shit like walking up and down the basement stairs when nobody's there. And
I'd almost sit and like just wait for random shit to happen around the house because I knew it was coming. Like, especially, like, I feel like it picked up after, because especially, like, it was after my mom finally opened up our attic that, like, I saw the person or spirit walk from the living room into the kitchen. Because my mom, when we moved in, the attic was, like, painted shut, so she would never, she was like, oh, whatever, just she left it.
Yeah.
But you would always hear, like, shit up there, and, like, after she opened it, you never heard shit up there anymore.
yeah.
So she released the demons.
She used to think we were crazy. Like, it's like, no, we hear people, like, walking around up there.
I see dead people.
Right?
I miss that, though, because, like, shit doesn't happen that much anymore now, like, in my house.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just don't notice it as much. Because, like I said, with Grandma just passing away and stuff last year, I swore, like, I'd feel or see more things. And especially with her, like, my grandma, I remember her telling me a story of when she was a kid. And Nam, so great-grandma, my grandma was really close with her grandpa, and I guess she was it was the middle of the night, she was sleeping, and I guess she just woke up freaking out that, I need to talk to Grandpa, something's wrong, I need to talk to Grandpa. And so Nam and the dude that Nam was with at the time, I guess, got all pissed off and was like, shut up, quiet, like, he's fine, it's the middle of the night, go to bed. And at one, like, I guess she wouldn't stop, so they put her almost in, like, I think, like, a closet or something, and closed the door and was like, you know, enough.
Yeah.
And, like, Grandma was still freaking out, and I guess a little while later, Nam came in and they said that he died.
Damn.
Like, they just got the call that he died. And so then even, like, for her, as an adult, like, what, 10 years, not even, and, like, around when, well, so, yeah, 13 years ago, because around when Nam got really sick and was, like, about to pass on, my grandma had a big picture of her grandpa. It was like one of those oil paintings or whatever that would creep me the fuck out growing up. And it would hang. And once they moved to their upstairs unit, they still had it up there. Well, it got to the point that it kept falling.
Yeah.
And so that's usually, she said, like, weird stuff would happen with him when, like, stuff was going to go down.
Yeah.
So, like, Grandma had, like, that sense that, like, Nam was getting worse or something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so she was afraid that it was going to end up breaking.
Yeah.
And so she ended up just told Grandpa to stop hanging it up and just leave it on the floor. Well, they had a smaller picture, you know, just like a frame that would sit. And, you know, she would always joke because all the trucks that come through and stuff, that stuff would rattle and fall and whatever. No trucks or anything. Nothing was happening. And that one started to just fall forward then after keeping that one down. So, I don't know, I guess just the paranormal shit I always thought, like, ran deep, like, through all of us. And
you know what's really weird? I don't know what happens with you. Seen the movie Grave Encounters? I have not seen that.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it happens with you, but I notice, like, when bad shit's gonna happen, I start having dreams about relatives who've already died.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally the night your grandma passed away, I was having dreams about Uncle Niall, Grandma, and who else was in the dream? I think Auntie Sue was in the dream too. And I was having dreams about, like, all three of them for some reason. And then all of a sudden I woke up in the morning to my mom calling me, telling me that your grandma died. And I was like, it was just really weird.
It's like you can feel, like, the shit's coming, almost. Like, that's what was really fucking weird, though, like, when my grandma did pass. Because, like, sitting in the room and sitting next to her as I'm laying there, I'm like, or sitting there, like, trying to fall asleep, sitting up in the chair holding her hand, like, I eventually let go of her hand after a while to, like, turn and try to get more comfortable. And in my head, I'm, like, trying to tell myself, I'm like, maybe I could tell Mom, like, I'm gonna go home and I'll come back. Like, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna make it through the night. It's fine. Like, trying to tell myself this. And, like, as I was listening to her breathing, and then all of a sudden I got this weird, like, fucking whoosh feeling through me. And, like, then it, like, took me a second to realize, like, I didn't hear her breathing. And then to wake up and, like, she had passed. But it was, like, fucking weird. Like, that feeling of, like, how people say that they almost feel like a spirit go through them or some shit. Like, I had never experienced that before, but that was really fucking weird.
Yeah.
That
it was
crazy.
really weird at her funeral. Did you notice the geese that showed up? And
they're still there.
The exact number of sisters that are still alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was 7. And, no, 8 if you include your mom. And how many geese were there? Was there 5 left? 5 there?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I know, like, at the funeral, a bunch of geese were there, but they still hang out over there, too.
Yeah.
I must just be, like, there, whatever. And they chase my mom away sometimes. Like, my mom will go to visit, and she'll say she can't get out of the car.
That's hilarious. I can see your mom over there just swearing up a storm, like, you fucking cocksucking geese, get out of here.
She'll just throw shit at them. Fuck you, I want to see my mom.
And I think, too, like, when they're getting ready to lower her, too, like a bird, I forgot what kind of bird it was, but, like, I think it was the bird that you wanted to get of the tattoo, like, it flew over. I don't know if it was that one or a regular bird. I don't remember. But I remember a bird flew over, like, right at a specific time. It's kind of corny, but still an entertaining movie. Maybe we can watch it for a movie night.
I don't know, we've watched some pretty corny and fucked up shit in our time, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'd dig it.
Every time we'd go to Blockbuster and we'd see Scanners, and we'd quote Wayne's World.
Oh my god.
See the scene in Scanners where the dude's head blew up?
Dude.
Oh my god.
Shit. Or when you go, man, I miss Blockbuster. It's not as fun, like, when you go on Netflix and you're, like, scrolling and you come across and you're like, oh, what's up with this movie? And you turn it on to, like, instantly turn it off because you're like, okay, this is cheesy. Right. I miss, like, when you go and you're looking and you're like, oh, this might be alright, and you take it home and you watch it because you spent the $1.50 on it or, you know, whatever. So you actually watch it, and half the time it ends up turning out to be, like, some soft porn.
Right.
Oh, good old times. And usually for sleepovers.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, what else has happened.
Fly.
Dude, yeah. That fucking...
grandma.
I still have a random fly. Like, I'll be at work in the parking lot, a giant empty-ass parking lot, and one random-ass fly will find its way to my car and hang out. And it's like, why? Why? Where did this fly come from?
So fun.
But it's like my friend Angie, she had a lot of shit happen in her house. I don't think you were ever at Angie's house.
I think I went there once with you. We walked over there or some shit, but... Or maybe that was...
Dead Girl's a really bad horror movie. But at Angie's house, see, they used to do the Ouija board at her house all the time. And so I started hanging out there. The first time I hung out there, I was spending the night, and her room was in the basement. So she's like, yeah, you know, just go throw your stuff in my room and come back upstairs. So I go downstairs, and on my way down, I see a dog walk past. So I know that she has a dog. So I go downstairs, and I put my stuff in her room. I come back up, and I was like, hey, you know, your dog's downstairs. Do you want your dog down here? And she's like, what are you talking about? My dog's outside. And I'm like, no, I just saw a dog walk past downstairs. Your dog is downstairs. And she's like, she like freaks out and she goes and looks. She's like, I swear to God, I just put the dog outside. And she goes and looks and she's like, yeah, the dog's outside. She's like, what does it look like? And I described the dog and she's like, have I showed you the carvings? I'm like, what are you talking about, the carvings? She's like, come here in the basement. So like in the basement on the floor, there's these weird, like, I don't know if somebody carved it into the floor or if it's just the way the floor fucking looks, but there's like a picture of a dog, a girl, and a guy, and I was like, holy shit, because like the dog looked like the dog that I saw. And she's like, yeah, like these fucking carvings are here, and like some of my friends have come over and done the Ouija board, and supposedly we're talking to this little girl, like we think it's the girl that we see on the floor. And yeah, like, so we've done the Ouija board there, and like people who have talked shit to the ghosts while we're like doing the Ouija board, like bad shit would happen to them. Like people would be like, man, this ain't real, fuck this ghost, like fuck you, like just talking shit to the ghosts. And they would wake up in the morning and they'd have like scratches and shit on their back that they don't know where they came from. Like not like little scratches, it's like like it's in there. Mosquitoes can see because CO2 emission. Don't know about flies. I don't know, man. I've never had a fly just randomly show up and chill until my aunt passed away.
She had a fly after she passed. It was still kind of hanging around, and then after we left the hospital and stuff, like we all started having these random encounters with flies. Like my mom, it was her mom obviously, like the day she's trying to get ready for the funeral, and like a fly sat there and watched her get ready through like the whole funeral. When they went and they picked flowers and they were going through like the book at the shop, a fly came and sat like right near the book, and I guess the fly started to irritate my grandpa, and he picked up a book to go and smash it, and my mom was like, don't you dare fucking kill that fly.
Oh my god.
So like my mom's not really superstitious or anything like that, but like those